Greetings, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you to my new Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast series. We have been overwhelmed with the responses that people have shared from listening to these messages on my SiriusXM show over the years. Those listeners, and they're sharing my show with their network, telling people about it, telling their family members, their friends, and their coworkers about this show and the impact it's having on their lives. That's the main reason that this show is now #1 for self-help in America, and I'm very grateful. Yet, we realize that many people do not have satellite radio and therefore could not experience for themselves the message. They could not get it for themselves. So we are now sharing these messages with everyone via this new podcast. Enjoy it and share it with your network. And let's help even more people to do more, be more, and achieve more. Tell everybody so that they can live a Wealthy Ways life as well. Welcome to the new Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast. And remember, your best is yet to come.
Named one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world.
Inducted into the Speaker Hall of Fame.
Award-winning singer.
Best-selling author.
And now, here's Willie Jolley.
Are you tired of crying and complaining? Tired of feeling like life don't treat you fair? Do you see so many others moving on while you're steady going nowhere? Have you maybe come to the conclusion that there's nothing at all that you can do? Well, just look in any mirror and you'll see who is really truly stopping you. My mind. It's up to every one of us to take charge of our life and to make it what we want. If you think that it takes too much time, you can get, 'cause I'm telling you it don't. The fact is, it only takes a minute to make up your mind that now is your time to make your mind.
And it really only takes a minute. I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds, and it forced upon me. Can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but an eternity is in it. Greetings to everybody across America, from border to border, coast to coast, from across this great land of ours. Thank you for listening into the Willie Jolley Wealthy Way Show here on SiriusXM, channel 141 HUR Voices. We're excited about you being a part of this show because you play a part. Your energy, I can feel it even through the radio lines. I can feel your energy, and all of you who make this a part of your weekly routine, who listen for these interviews, who know that it will help you to grow and go to the next level. I want to thank you for listening and thank you for being a part of the success of this show. Well, I take a moment to begin at every show to give God glory, to thank him for his strength and his help and his love and his grace, to take a little nightclub singer who became a motivational speaker, who wrote a couple books, and put him on the radio and allow me to share my message with people around the country. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful, though, also for life, just simply life. If I didn't have radio, if I didn't have the speaking, if I didn't have the books, if I didn't have the television, if I just had good health and strength and life, you are blessed. And I'm grateful for all of the above. So I'm grateful for that. So give God glory. And I am grateful for another year of sharing this message on the radio. I want to thank all the folks at XM and for HUR Voices for making this such a success. And if you continue to enjoy it as much as I do, please go to Facebook and send me messages, or go to my website, send me a note, sign up for our newsletter so we can give you the updates and you can share with your friends and family, because every week after I do these great interviews, I send an email about the great learning lessons, the teach points, so that you can forward it to your friends and family, because we've got the best and the brightest thought leaders in the world coming through here to do these interviews. And I've got another one today. Today, my friend is a an old friend. He is one of the great thought leaders, particularly in the area of business development and leadership training. He is a well-known entity in the direct sales and the multi-level marketing industry. If you are in any direct sales or multi-level marketing organization or company, you're going to know this name. He shared the stage with many industry leaders such as Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, Dennis Waitley, Charlie Tremendous Jones, Les Brown, Robert Kiyosaki, Robert Allen, Florence Littauer, Mark Victor Hansen, and a guy named Willie Jolley, and many others. His articles have appeared in many publications such as Success Magazine, Moneymakers Monthly, Wealth Building Magazine, Workers at Home Magazine, Networking Times, and countless others. He is the president of Club Rhino.com. That's right, Rhino, like a rhinoceros, Rhino. And the reason for that, he'll tell you, is about keep on charging. That's right, don't stop charging. Going after the mountain, taking the hill. His audio courses have become some of the most popular audio leadership development courses in the world. And I'm honored that he is a friend. He's on his way to Australia soon. Again, he's been there many times, made millions and millions of dollars just in that one country. He's been to 35 countries. People around the world know him as the king of making you money in network and direct sales, network marketing and direct sales, the one and only Jerry Clark. How are you, buddy?
I am doing excellent. How you doing, Willie?
I'm doing terrific. Thank you for making time to be on the show. I'm glad. I've been wanting to get you on and share your insights and influence and comments and thoughts with my listeners, because that's what you're doing. I gave them the thumbnail sketch of about Jerry Clark. Why don't you give us a little bit more of who you are and a little bit about what you do?
Sure. Well, I mean, I just want to give everyone like a Reader's Digest version here. I was born in a garage back in 1968.
A garage.
And, developing and growing up there, the only conversation that I had surrounded by family members who were always fast to tell you what you couldn't do and couldn't have. And this was at a young age. I always heard, we don't have this, we can't do this, we can't get that. That was just a regular conversation, so I thought that was just normal for people not to have and to always want and not to be able to get. I thought that was just normal. Then we moved to California because my mother said there's a better life waiting for us in California. So I was excited. I was waiting for this better life. I thought, man, things are going to be really different. We ended up moving to a ghetto in Northern California, in a city called Pittsburgh, California, and the same conversations were going on over there, what you can't have, what you can't do, and so forth. And there's a couple things that really started to change things for me, because I was wondering, why is it that everyone is wanting things that they can't have? Because everyone was telling me, you can't have this, you can't have that. But why do you have people that have things that the rest of the people say they can't get? So there are people that have the things that other people say they can't get. So I started thinking about that, and I started wondering, and I started to ask questions. And later on, by the time I was 9 or 10 years old, I was asking people questions. I was saying, how do you get the things that you want? How do you have your house? How do you have your cars? I would ask people who were in nice neighborhoods. I would ask them those questions, and I started finding out the answers. Everyone said you got to go to school, get a good education, go out and get a good job, work hard, be loyal and industrious. You're going to move up the corporate ladder, and everything's going to be great. So I started studying in school. I said, man, that's the key. I'm going to go and study in school. I got really focused. I started studying in school, and by the time I graduated from high school, I went to college because that was the normal thing to do. And in college, something happened that changed my life. While I was in college, I actually got a hold of a magazine called Success Magazine. And in that magazine, there was an offer for 16 audio tapes. These were motivational, inspirational type tapes. And I had never heard and never listened to any type of motivational, inspirational tape. As a matter of fact, I thought it was silly that people would have to listen to that stuff in order to get motivated. I said, man, there's no way I'm going to buy this stuff, but I'm going to read what these tapes are about. And the first tape was called Think and Grow Rich. And I tell you, Willie, that got me thinking. I said, wait a minute. Is this guy saying that it's possible to think and grow rich? If you can learn to think and you can grow rich just by learning how to think, that is very powerful. I think I can do that. So I got excited. I said, I'm going to buy that one tape, but I'm not buying others. Then the second tape was called The Strangest Secret to Success by Earl Nightingale. The Strangest Secret. I said, oh, my goodness, there's a secret. And, this guy's going to share the secret if we listen to this tape. I got excited. I said, I'm going to buy this tape, but I'm not buying the other 14 because there are 16 tapes. I'm buying 2, but I'm not buying the other 14. The third one was called the success formula that never fails. I said, oh, my goodness, I got to know what the success formula is that never fails. And it was by a guy named W. Clement Stone. And I'm like, okay, I got to get this one. Well, everyone's listening. You probably can figure out. I bought all the tapes. I bought
Right.
16 audio tapes. I got those tapes. I started listening to them, and I started listening over and over and over again. And the things that these people were telling me, it was just amazing to me. They were telling me that you might as well think big instead of thinking small, because it takes the same amount of energy to think big as it does to think small. So you might as well think big. They were telling me what you could do instead of what you can't do. They were telling me what was possible instead of what was impossible. I heard this over and over again. I kept listening. I got excited, and I started to notice something changing in my mind. I started thinking differently. For the first time in my life, I had been working at a 7-Eleven store since I was 13 years old. At this point, I was 18. So for 5 years, I was working at this 7-Eleven store. And over that time, I had never thought about owning the store until after I was listening to those audios. And all of a sudden, a thought popped in my mind out of nowhere. It said, why don't you buy this store? You already know how to run the store. You know everything about it. You've been here for 5 years. You've been in all facets of the store. Why don't you buy it? And I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute. I don't have the money. How am I going to buy a store and I don't have any money? Well, one of the tapes we're talking about, you don't need the money. All you need is the creativity. You need the focus. You need the energy. You need the desire. If you have those type of things, you really don't require the money. It'll all come together for you somehow. So the point is that I start thinking differently. As I start thinking differently, different things started to happen for me. That's when I attracted the direct sales industry to me, because it was an opportunity for me to really start doing something bigger with my life, start generating more money. And by the time I was 19, before I turned 20, I was earning a six-figure income already. And so this is going from the ghetto to having everyone telling me what I can't do and what I can't have, to by the time I'm 20, earning six-figure income already, barely 20. So at that point, I started realizing that I am going to get this information. I'm going to share it with other people, because I believe other people want to learn the same information. And that's when I decided, 7 years later, after I became a millionaire, by the time I was 26, actually, I became a millionaire. I decided I'm going to take all the information that I learned, and I'm going to share it with other people. I'm going to start going around the world. I'm going to share this knowledge. I'm going to share these insights, because I believe there's other people who would want to know some of these key principles and some of these key points and tools and technologies that I use that really made a big difference for me, and that I've taught to other people, and I've seen what happened for them. So now I'm going to start teaching this all around the world. And that's really what I started to do. And that's when I started developing my audio programs, my training courses. And really, that's what I've been doing the last, about over 20 years now.
Wow. What a great story. And folks, here's the thing is profound, is that he shares this information. Just you heard him say it. He just shares it with people because he know the information changed his life. It can change your life by changing the inputs. Your inputs determine your outputs. And I, too, listen to those same audios. I think the audio I had of The Strangest Secret was on a Sertron tape. Remember when that Sertron? Yeah. I listened to that thing so much that I wore it out, and I had to find another copy. Someone had given it to me. It was on an old beat up Sertron tape, and I got Think and Grow Rich, and I read it, and I still read it once a year. I got the book, just one book after another. And so what I think you must understand here, folks, is that success breeds success, and those who are successful, like a Jerry Clark, who can become a millionaire in his early 20s because of the influence. What changed? Did the economy change? No. Did his attitude change, and what he learned change? And that's why I wanted him on. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. He's gonna give you some of the secrets to success that he shares with his audiences around the world. He's gonna get them. So get a piece of paper and pencil out so you'll learn what he tells people how to do it, and you can do it too. And then we're also gonna direct you to his website so you can get some of his products and some of the resources that he has, because he's got stuff that will keep you fired up for years to come. So, folks, you're listening to Willie Jolley and my special guest, Jerry Clark, across America on the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways show on Sirius XM Channel 141, HUR Voices, and for sure, the best is yet to come.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and if you're enjoying this information you're hearing on this podcast, I want to invite you to get even more great information on my new free gift page on my website. Go to wjspeaks.com and hit the All Access badge. On that page, you will find information and resources specifically designed to help you to have greater success. Free ebooks, music, all sorts of interesting and informational interviews for my XM show. I'm telling you, this is a great page. And why do I do it? Because I've learned that the more we give, the more we get. And the more we help other people to grow and go to the next level, the more we receive in our business. So we want to help you. Tell your friends about it. Go to Facebook and get my information. Go to my website, get my free resources, and get on wjspeaks.com and hit that All Access badge. It looks like a backstage pass. Click it. You'll get behind the scenes information to the special page to help you grow. All we want in return, all we ask is that you pass it on, because the more you give, the more you get. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Have a great day.
Motivated, highly motivated, motivated, gonna take you to the top. Motivated, highly motivated, motivated, I'm never gonna stop. I had a job I really hated. It made me sick, but it got me motivated. I knew that this was not where I was meant to be. I didn't want to stay, but I was too afraid to leave. Then one day I got my check, there was almost nothing there. I went to the boss, he laughed and said he didn't care. My kids were at home hungry, I was about to lose my home. That's when I decided I had to make it on my own. Said,
Oh, that's right. It's time to get your life fired up and going to the next level. I hope you enjoy that music you just heard. That's from my Money Making Music and Motivation series that's on my website. You can also get it on iTunes. You can get it on just about every of the music internet stores, or whatever you want to call them, Willie Jolley, Money Making Music and Motivation. And you can go to my site, williejolly.com/free, williejolly.com/free, to actually hear excerpts from those songs, as well as excerpts from some of these interviews with Colin Powell and Rudy Rudinger and Bob Johnson. And in fact, if you sign up for my newsletter, you'll get the whole Bob Johnson interview free. That's my gift to you. But you can hear B. Smith, you can hear Wally Famous Amos, the great thinkers. And we got another great thinker on the air with us today, one of my dear friends from the state of Texas. He traveled around the world, but he makes his home in Texas, and he's here with us, Jerry Clark. Thank you, Jerry, for being on.
My pleasure.
Let's talk about success. What do you tell these folks? You go all around the world. Here are the things that you tell people, and I want to hear them as well. So give us some of those things that you share with audiences as you help them to transform their thinking so they can transform their income, their finances.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know, there's something that Johnny Carson said that was very fascinating. I never thought I would be quoting Johnny Carson as it relates to success, but he said a very powerful quote. He said that talent alone won't make you a success. Neither will being in the right place at the right time unless you are ready. The most important question is, are you ready? So one of the things that's really important for people to ask themselves is that, are they ready to really go to that next level? You know, it's really important for people to ask themselves that question. Everyone's talking about they want more money, they want more happiness, they want more fulfillment. The question is, are you ready? And when I say, are you ready, I'm not talking about, you know, are you ready to just receive it if someone gave it to you? I'm talking about, are you ready to develop your consciousness to the point to where your subconscious will be your ally, which will assist you in being able to do the things required to get where you want to go. And that's why it's so important for a person to really focus in, hone in, and work on developing their mindset. I know this is something you're big on, Willie, that you really teach and you focus on, and that's why people from all over the world really have you come in and train and teach and share. But it's so critical. So there's three major areas that I really share with people that's going to be really important for them if they want to set themselves up to go to that next level in their life, whatever that next level may be for them. Everyone wants something different. But The first area is something called internal communication. Internal communication is how you communicate with yourself. This is a big part of this whole question is, are you ready? Being ready means that you are able to communicate with yourself in an empowered way, a way that actually can allow you to move forward, a way that can allow you to take the steps required to get the things that you desire. All this is part of your internal dialogue. If you have internal dialogue telling you that you can't do it, it's not going to work, it's a scam, it's impossible, and so forth, if that's the normal conversation, if you are consistently surrounded by people who are always telling you why everything is horrible, the economy is bad, everything is bad, nothing's working, and so forth, if that's your normal voices that you are hearing coming into your mind, then it will impact you in a major way. If you were sitting there watching the news on a daily basis and you're listening to the type of information that's on the news, they're typically talking about the most destructive things that are happening, some of the worst news that are out there on the planet. If you are allowing your mind to be inundated with that type of information, I will say that your internal communication will be such that it will not allow you to move forward to create greatness in your life. So if you want to create greatness in your life, it all starts with you making the decision at this stage in your life, because everyone who's listening right now, you're all adults. If you're able to listen to what I'm saying now, you're adults. You're at least probably 18 years or older. And if that's the case, you have a decision that you can choose to make at this point. Maybe when you were 5 years old, 6, 7 years old, maybe you didn't have the opportunity to decide who your parents were going to be and what they were going to share with you, or who your cousins were, or who some of the surroundings that you were in. Maybe you didn't have a say in that type of information. But now you're at a place where you can decide what goes into your mind. And that decision will determine everything else that you're going to be required to produce the results that you're seeking. Because I'll tell you, everybody wants to know another key area that it will take, but they think it's the only thing that's required, and that is the technical knowledge. In other words, you got to have the internal communication, which is the information required for you to become a more empowered person by choosing what goes into your mind. You can make that choice right now. But also, it's going to be important. The second thing is that you're going to have to know the technical knowledge. In other words, if you are choosing to be a successful insurance agent, or if you're choosing to be a successful direct sales representative, or if you're choosing to be a successful, COO or CFO or CEO or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Whatever you're choosing to be successful at, whatever industry you're in, you want to know about that industry. You want to become successful in that industry. You want to become knowledgeable in that industry. That's what we call the technical know-how. That's us telling you, how do you do the steps required to be successful in insurance, for example, or real estate, or whatever it is. Now, here's what I would say. The reason why it is important for you to become successful at that and understand how to, be successful at whatever your industry is very important. But I'm going to suggest that if you only do that, you're not going to really tap into the greatness that is really there for you. Because if you only choose to learn what to do but don't get yourself to do what you learn, then you're going to have all this knowledge, but you're not really utilizing it. You're going to have all this knowledge, but you're not really capitalizing off of it. You're going to have all this knowledge, but you're not leveraging it appropriately. That's where the internal communication comes in. That's why you want to make sure that you have that component, because it's going to assist you in being more successful when you learn all the technical aspects of what's required. So that's the second area, is the technical knowledge. The third area is what I call external communication. And so external communication is how you communicate with others. Now, being that we're all in business of some sort, whether you're working for someone or whether you have your own business, it doesn't matter. You're basically exchanging services. You're exchanging your services, your talents, and so forth for income. And the more successful that you are in being able to understand people, the people who will buy your services, the people who will buy your products, the more successful you are at understanding them and how to communicate with them and how to actually connect with them and bond with them and resonate with them, the more successful you are at that, the more successful you're going to be at creating transactions required to generate money. So when people want to make money, there's someone that has something, and there's something of value, and then they are seeking someone who has something of value to exchange, and that something of value that they're seeking to exchange is money. So the other person has money. You have a product or service. If you get good at learning how to communicate with your audience and the value that you have, and then you're able to communicate it to such a point to where the other person says, I would like to exchange some of my money for that person's value, The better you are at that, the more money you're going to make. If you're not good at that, you're not going to make hardly any money. So external communication allows you to really hone in and focus in on the people skills that's going to be required for you to have in order for you to be able to have a bigger impact with your specific market. So those are the three areas, if I had to just sum it up in a nutshell, the three areas that I really focus on in sharing with people, that if you master these three areas, number one, if you master your internal communication, number two, if you master your external communication, number three, if you master the technical knowledge within your particular industry, that is going to set you up in a big way. And let me just share this one thing. Mastery is going to take 4 ingredients. So if you want to master anything, it's going to take 4 ingredients. Number one, it's going to take time. So it will take you some time to master all of this information I'm talking about. If you want to master internal communication, it's not enough for you to just listen to this information that I'm sharing right now. It's going to be important for you to say, okay, what materials that exist that can allow me to be more impactful as a human being? What audios can I listen to? What books can I read? What music can I listen to? Like some of the music that Willie Jolley has there, for example, is really inspiring type music and so forth, and songs and so forth. So you ask yourself that, and then you choose to go deep into getting more information that can assist you in that area. Same thing with the external communication. How can I learn to be more impactful with people? How can I learn to find out what my audience really want? How can I learn to market more successfully to this particular group of people that have a higher propensity to maybe do business with me, to maybe make this exchange that we're talking about? That's all part of the external communication. It's up to you to choose whether you want to go deeper or not. The deeper you go, the better it's going to be for you. But it's going to take you time to learn. It's going to take you time to grow. It's going to take you time to start integrating some of this information. Same thing with the technical knowledge. Someone's going to teach you how to prospect. Someone's going to teach you how to go out there and follow up with your particular the prospects out there. Someone's going to teach you how to present whatever your services and goods are. Someone's going to teach you that. That's important for you to know that information. And so what I'm suggesting is going to take you time, number one. Number two, it's going to take you energy. So it will take you energy. And what I mean by energy, I'm talking about resources, which means it may take you money to learn some of this stuff. You're going to be purchasing materials to learn your trade. Number two, it's going to take you effort. So resources and effort, that's both energy. Those are both energy, okay? The third thing it's going to take you is frustration. Along your journey, you will get frustrated along the way. So everything is not going to be a cakewalk. You're not just going to walk in and everything is going to be great. You're going to have mastered everything just overnight. It looks good and sounds good and everything is great. And next thing you know, you're making millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands or whatever it is you desire. It's going to take you some frustration. So you will get frustrated along your journey. Understand that. It's part of the process. And number four is change. It takes change to master anything. And what I mean by change, I'm mostly talking about internal change. It takes, if nothing changes internally, nothing is going to change externally. So that's why it's going to take some change. So those are the 4 ingredients it takes to master. And the 4 things that you want to master is your internal communication, your external communication, and your technical knowledge. And maybe if we got time to talk about any of those specifically, go into a little bit more detail, we can. But that's just an overview, a little nutshell there, Willie.
Woo, baby. Folks, now, y'all know I usually am talking while the guest is talking. But let me tell you, he gave me so much stuff. I'm writing so fast, I can't talk. I got to take it down. And I hope you are. I told you to get your pad out. I told you to get your pen out, your iPad out, your iPhone out, your whatever, because this is the information that can help to create wealth in your life. And there are a couple things. We're going to take a break, but there are a couple things I want to just make sure you get. That you got to be willing to grow your mastery. And that is critical, that your expertise, you're being excellent in whatever you do. Be excellent. Make the commitment. That's what mastery. If you have my book, Attitude of Excellence, I talk about that excellence paves the path for you, but it takes time to get excellence. And if you will work on it, put time to it, then you will start to grow. And he talked about energy. That's resources. You got to put money into it. You got to pay for it. And then effort, the time and the energy of putting the time to read the books, to listen to audios, to make the sales calls, to be bad in order to be good. Michael Jordan said that he was initially terrible as a basketball player, but he put the time and effort into it. And then frustration. The first time you tried to walk, you fell down, but you kept trying because your parents encouraged you to do it. And you have to encourage yourself and then change. Nothing happens if you don't change. Once you change on the inside, you'll start to change on the outside. This is my friend Jerry Clark. We're going to be right back. We're taking the station identification. We'll be right back because we got more to come right after this break.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and for years I've told people that in order to have a greater life, it starts by having greater individual days. If you have a great day and you repeat that great day 7 times, you've had a great week. And you repeat that week 4 times, you've had a greater month. And then repeat that month 12 times, you've had a greater year, and you're on your way to a greater life. And it starts with that individual day. I recommend you start each day with something powerful. I call it the pure, the powerful, and the positive. Rather than starting your day with bad news, how many people got killed or how many children got snatched or how many fires there were, I recommend you start your day with something to inspire and empower and encourage you to make this day a great day. We're excited to announce the start of Jolley TV on my Facebook page. Go to Willie Jolley, Willie.Jolley on Facebook. Just go to Willie.Jolley on Facebook and get ready for a great day and a great life. Have a great day on purpose.
And we're back. This is a phenomenal interview. I hope you're taking notes. For those who are just joining us by chance, you are listening to the Willie Jolley Show on Sirius XM, Channel 141, and I got a special guest. My special guest today on the show is Jerry Clark, one of the great thought leaders in the direct sales, the business development, the wealth building industry, not only here in America, but around the world. If you're in a network marketing or direct sales organization, you know Jerry Clark because he's a star in that industry. And people I know who are in different network marketing groups always talk about the impact that Jerry Clark had on their business. Many of them are multimillionaires now because of the resources and the tools that they purchased from Jerry's site. Jerry, in fact, why don't we take a moment right now? Tell people about your site, where they can get some of your resources and some of the products that you offer, and some of the things that they might want to know. I don't know if you have a newsletter or whatever, but tell them whatever.
Sure. I mean, people can go to clubrhino.com, and clubrhino.com, basically, you'll see I do have a free e-zine, a newsletter. You put your name and email address in there. You're actually going to get free resources that we send you, one of our number one best-selling audios that you're going to get called Murphy's Committee. And Murphy's Committee really summarizes why the name of my company is clubrhino.com. It's because the rhino represents what it's going to take for you to make it through your entrepreneurial endeavor or make it through your whatever your dreams are that you're seeking. You have to have the skin of a rhino, because whenever you start thinking bigger, whenever you start talking about, man, I was listening to Willie Jolley. He was talking to this guy named Jerry Clark, and they were talking about, dreaming big and all this, and that sounds great, but man, I don't know. I do want to make some big things happen. You start sharing that with some people are going to look at you and say, what are you talking about? That's crazy. You can't do stuff like that. And you might start getting attacked by people who don't have the type of dreams that you have. And so what happens if you're going to allow yourself to get defeated as a result of what other people are saying that you can't do, then that means you don't have that skin of a rhino. You got to have the skin of a rhino, so that way when someone tells you what you can't do, it just bounces off your skin. It's like an arrow shooting at the rhino. It just bounces off, and the rhino keeps charging in the jungle. So that's the reason why I call my company Club Rhino. It's because you got to be like a rhino to keep charging, keep focused, charge through the jungle so you can make it to your very own land of paradise. And we are simply a club of rhinos. We're developing rhinos because that's what it takes. So clubrhino.com, go there, pick up one of my free audios by putting your name in the free newsletter. You'll be getting constant upgraded tips every now and then, free articles, and a lot of really cool things there.
Wow, man, I love this. Folks, Jerry, do it for me one time. Come on, when you speak on stage, man, you got this thing you do that everybody loves. They go crazy when you do it. Do it for me, Jerry. Do it.
I usually end everything I do. For those of you who you get on the newsletter, for example, at clubrhino.com, you'll notice every single email I end with the statement, go, go, go. When I'm on stage, I say, okay, everyone, keep charging, and always remember to go, go, go. And a lot of people wonder, okay, what does go, go, go mean? What does it? Is there a real meaning to it? It does mean something. And what go, go, go means, it means go be it, go do it, go have it.
Woo! Say that one more time.
Go do it, go have it. Now, it's go be it is first. You got to be it. A lot of people say, well, I got to have $1 million before I can be a millionaire. No, you just got to be a millionaire. And as a matter of fact, if you be a millionaire, you'll have the $1 million faster. Most people want to have the $1 million first before they allow themselves to be a millionaire. Now, let me share the distinction. It's very important for people to understand the distinction. The distinction is this. Ask yourself this. Let's say you had $1 million right now. And I know some of you already have $1 million, so it's irrelevant. But let's say you have an extra million or whatever. If you have $1 million and you become a millionaire all of a sudden, you call yourself becoming a millionaire because you got this $1 million. Now, how would you be? If you got $1 million, how would you be? And people start telling me all kinds of things. Oh, I would be happier, or I would be not, generous, or I would be nice, or I would be less stressful, or whatever. And then they go through this whole list. And then I ask people, I say, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you have to have $1 million in order to be generous? Do you have to have $1 million in order to be happy? Do you have to have $1 million in order to be whatever it is that they say? And inevitably they say, no, you don't really have to have that. I say, okay, but if you're going to say that once you had $1 million, you'll be all that stuff, why don't you go ahead and be that now? And then that will assist you in getting $1 million faster then.
Man.
So the key is to make sure that you focus on the being. The being is the important thing there. So go be it, go do it. You'll automatically start doing things once you're being it. You'll automatically start doing the things required to have the $1 million. So that's why I always say go, go, go. And now you all know what it means. Most people still don't know what that means, but go, go, go. Go be it, go do it, go have it.
Woo, man, that I love it, and I didn't know that, but I know go, 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 and I didn't know it had a meaning. But you're absolutely right. You're so right. You got to have a mindset, and I love that. I'm gonna talk to my son about that. What is it? What if you had $1 million and it came your way? What would you be? What would you be doing? And whatever they say, well, why can't you do it now? Because once you start, sometimes you got to act your way into a new way of thinking, so you can think your way into a new way of acting. And when you start to act like you're going to be, you start to be what you're going to have and do. Woo, come on, somebody. This is turning me on. I'm fired up here with the one and only Jerry Clark. Folks, I hope y'all go to GoRhino.com. ClubRhino.com. Am I right? ClubRhino.com. Sign up for his newsletters. Get some of his resources and get some of his products. And of course, go to WillieJolly.com and sign up for my newsletter as well. And you get the Bob Johnson, how he became a billionaire interview. We're giving away these things. Let me tell you why we give them. Because Jerry, like myself, understand as you give, so shall it be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, overflowing. The more you give, the more you get. We want people to do more, to be achievers in life. We want them to have greater success. And we know that when we were starting this journey, when we were starting this process, somebody directed us, somebody encouraged us, somebody inspired us. They didn't get anything in return except that they understand that you have to pass it on. And that's why Jerry has been successful. He's a giver. He's a generous person. And you got little children too, Jerry, right? I mean, how old are these? You got little ones.
Yeah, absolutely. I have some little children. I even have an older one too. My oldest one is at this point here is 2013. He's going to be turning 26 years old.
Wow, great.
I have 3 young ones, a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 7-year-old. So I'm on the go, go, go.
You on the go, go, go. That's fantastic. Well, as you travel all over the world and you tell these secrets to people, what are some of the other mindset shifts that you see that people struggle with? People struggle through these times of the down economy. What do they have to do to shift their thinking to start to change their futures?
Yeah, that's a really good question, Willie. One of them, there's probably, I would say, 2 really big things, but I'm going to kind of sum it up together and then make it one. There's one big thing that I notice that a person can do if they want to truly set themselves up to start creating a very empowered life. And I started teaching this maybe 15, 20 years ago because people started coming up to me and they were asking me these questions. And I thought the questions were pretty interesting. I was like, wow, I thought people would know the answer, but they didn't know the answer. So I said, you know what? I'm going to put this together. This is what I believe is stopping people and preventing people from really moving forward in a big way. And here's what they can do to really set themselves up to start taking advantage of when they start reading more books and listening to more empowering information. You want it to soak in quicker. You want to be able to take better advantage of it. You want to be able to capitalize off of it in a bigger way. So what I suggest that people do in order to set themselves up and set their consciousness up to where they benefit from the Bob Johnson interview that you have at williejolly.com, to be able to benefit from the Murphy's Committee CD that I'm giving away for free at clubrhino.com for people to sign up for the e-zine there, the newsletter, is I want people, and I suggest people go on what I call a 30-day mental fast. So everyone here who's listening, you've heard of a fast. You've heard of people fasting. But typically you think of fasting from a physical perspective. In other words, people are watching what they eat, or they're not eating for a while, they're doing juicing or whatever, they're doing some kind of fasting. One of the reasons they do it is to cleanse out the toxins in their body. That's one of the reasons. There's multiple reasons people do a fast, but that's one of the reasons. So when I started thinking, I said, wait a minute. I said, what if there are toxins in people's consciousness? And what if there's a way to cleanse out the toxins in people's consciousness? Why don't they go on a mental fast so they can release as many toxins that are built into their consciousness, because these psychological toxins could be preventing them from moving forward, producing results, and getting what they want in life. So I started having people go on this 30-day mental fast. There's 8 steps to a 30-day mental fast. And I only have them do it for 30 days, and I don't force them to have their whole family do it. This is something that if you as an individual choose to do this, you can choose to do this as an individual. And all it is eliminating as much disempowerment as possible for 30 days. And putting in as much empowerment as you can for 30 days. So it's a saturation process here. You're just doing it for 30 days. Just keep that in mind, okay? Now, there's 8 steps. Number 1, and I'm going to go through them pretty fast. Number 1 is you want to read at least 15 to 20 minutes of an uplifting and empowering book. So you read at least 15 to 20 minutes a day from an uplifting, empowering book. You do that every day. Do that for 30 days. And you're going to notice a difference start to shift from you. That's number 1. Don't read anything that's disempowering. Just read an empowering and uplifting. Listen, only 15 to 20 minutes a day. This stuff is something that you can do. It's easy to do, as my late great friend Jim Rohn used to say. He says it's easy to do, but it's also easy not to do.
Stop right there for a second. You folks, this is critical that he said it. It's easy to do, but it's easy not to do. And success is the same. Once you get the principles, you can do it, but it's so easy to throw back to your old habits. And I think this is critical. I'm glad Jerry said that. You got to get rid of the negative stuff in your mind, and you got to read some positive, empowering stuff and get that in. And it can be done just every day, 15 or 20 minutes. That's all. It's easy to do, but easy not to do. And I'll give you a recommendation, folks. Here's a quick recommendation. So people say, well, I can't afford a book. I'm broke. All right. Go to my website. Go to williejolly.com/free. We give away the book Think and Grow Rich free. You know,
Wow.
And you can't beat that. Go to williejolly.com/free. We give away the book Think and Grow Rich absolutely free. And that's the book that changed Jerry's life, changed my life, changed Les Brown's life, changed so many others. And so do that, because that's going to change your life. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a quick break. I want to come back and get the rest of these 7 steps to get on this mental fast. Man, this is powerful stuff, folks. We got one more segment. So you better call Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. Tell them to turn on the radio. Tell them Willie Jolley's on. He got a dynamite guest who's going to help them become millionaires. Are you ready to become a millionaire? Are you ready to live like it, to behave like it, to perform like it, to achieve like it? If you do, you want to stay tuned to Jerry Clark. We'll be right back after this quick break from our station, as well as knowing for sure the best is yet to come.
You put wings on my dreams and overcame my fear of heights. Now how high will I fly?
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and people often ask, how did I go from a broke, busted nightclub singer to become a best-selling author and to be voted one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world by the 175,000 members of Toastmasters International? The answer is that I decided to invest and changed my thinking, invested in my mindset, and decided to change my inputs because inputs determine outputs. I heard about a seminar years ago when I was just getting started. I was making about $100 a speech. And I heard this seminar that was creating millionaires, and it cost $10,000, but the guy was getting results. I didn't have that kind of money, but I decided to borrow it because I learned that there's a price for success, the price of college, the price of going to school, the price of education. And there's a price for success, and then there's a cost for not paying the price, the cost of staying the same. And that cost is greater than the price. It's too expensive. And so I went and it changed my life. And I came back and quickly made $100,000. I heard a similar story from Dr. Dave Martin, how he went to a success rally, heard a speaker who inspired him. He and his friends said, wow, that's changed my life. The speaker had a package of materials to help build wealth. The package cost $1,500. And that was all the money Dr. Dave had to his name. Dr. Dave's friend asked, do you think this stuff is worth it? Dr. Dave thought for a moment. He said, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. But I do know that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. He invested that money in that package and used the materials to grow his thinking. He grew his mindset. He shared how that $1,500 investment has gone on to generate millions in revenues. He's a multimillionaire. And he has homes now in Arizona and Florida. I want to say to you, it's time to invest in you. I want to give you some materials that will help you, grow your mindset, grow your future, grow your finances. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire. wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get some materials that will inspire your success and help you find that there's a price for success, but there's a cost for not paying the price. And the cost is always greater than the price. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire and get the bag, the box, or any of the materials there and keep growing your wealth. And remember, as a man thinketh, so as he is, and your best is yet to come.
Whoa, I hope you're fired up like I'm fired up. I am excited. I'm listening to the positive music. I'm thinking about what I just wrote down on this iPad that Jerry just shared with us. If you're just joining us, I hope you have been listening. But if you're just joining us and you're on Saturday afternoons, you can listen again on Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock, or we'll replay the show because so many people have to hear it over and over again to get the message. You know, they say repetition is the mother of learning, and we hope that you will listen to this over and over. And go to my website, williejolly.com/free, as well as williejolly.com, and get my newsletter so you can get information from some of these great interviews. Well, we've got Jerry Clark. He's one of the great teachers. If you've been listening, you know he's a teacher. He's not just a speaker. He's a teacher because he's teaching us how to create wealth and success and legacy in our lives. And he's giving us some ideas right now on how to do it. Before we go into these other 7 steps, Jerry, please give people, again, where they can reach you, where they can get your products, where they can get information. Maybe having you come to it if you're in a direct sales or network marketing, having him come and speak for your organization because his schedule is packed. He's all over the world, but he can make some time in his schedule to come and visit. Go ahead, Jerry.
Absolutely. People, once again, can go to clubrhino.com. Just go to clubrhino.com. That's club like a club, and then rhino like the animal.com. And we have an e-zine, a newsletter, and you just sign in there. We actually give you a free audio, our number one selling audio. We sold over 1 million copies of this audio. We're giving it away for free for people who put in their name and email address, and you'll be getting regular tips as well. Just additional empowering information, the type of things that you're hearing on the show right now.
Wow. Okay, folks, so he's free is a great thing.
We all like free.
And we all like free. So look, here he's telling you, let me give you a quick update of where we are for those. To truly set yourself up for an empowered life, you must go on a 30-day mental fast where you cleanse the toxins in your consciousness. Get the mental toxins out of your life. They're what are keeping you from achieving the things that are possible for your life. God's gift to you is life. Your gift to God is what you do with your life. But if you think negative, you will do negative. So eliminate as much negative, disempowering information as you can and get as much positive, empowering information. He's given us step number 1. Read for 15 or 20 minutes an uplifting book. Read a 15, 20 minutes an uplifting book. I told you about Proverbs. I didn't tell you about Proverbs. I told you about Think and Grow Rich on williejolly.com/free. But if you can't get that, or you get that, you can also just open your Bible and read Proverbs. There's one for every day of the month. Also, it only takes a minute to change your life book. You can get that in ebook now. Just 1-minute motivational messages. If you're in Washington, you can hear me on WHUR every morning with my motivational message. Or you can go on my Facebook page where we give an audio every day of my 1-minute message. We want to give this stuff. So read or listen to something positive, 15 to 20 minutes. Next, Jerry, let's go through these.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. So, yeah, I mean, Willie just nailed it there, and he's giving away the Think and Grow Rich book for free. I mean, that's just really, really powerful. So here's the second step in this 30-day mental fast. Okay, remember the first one is to read at least 15, 20 minutes a day from an uplifting, empowering book. The second one is turn off the TV for 30 days. Now, I know some of you are panicking right now. You're hanging up. You're turning the station. You're like, let me turn this channel. Let me just be clear with you guys, okay? You can obviously choose to do whatever you want. What I'm suggesting in regards to the TV is especially, let me just give you one thing especially to stay away from, and that is the news at night, right before you go to bed. Right before you go to bed, most people watch the news at night, and I want you to ask yourself, what's contained in the news? Is it empowerment or disempowerment? The most negative material that exists is going to show up at the news. It's going to show up at the worst time that in your life, which is at night right before you go to bed. The reason why it's the worst time is because this is when your subconscious is starting to operate on what is called alpha state of consciousness. You're not asleep yet. You're awake, but you're not at full alertness, which is the beta state of consciousness. You're at alpha, which means that information that goes into your subconscious at that time makes a bigger and more direct impact. What I'm saying is that if you're watching the news at night before you go to bed, it is doing more damage than you can possibly imagine. It's going to be one of the hardest things to attempt to cleanse out of your system later on, because it's going to take about 8 to 16 times more empowerment just to get rid of one unit of that type of disempowerment. So I want you to keep that in mind. So I want you to turn off the TV for 30 days, especially the news. Some of you are saying, hey, I'm watching basketball, I'm watching baseball, I'm watching whatever. I got to watch my sports. Whatever you got to watch, you got to watch. That's up to you. But at least the news, get rid of that at night. And in the morning when you wake up, get rid of that too. So that's number 2. Number 3 is I want you to be very careful. Other than the empowerment radio shows like you're getting a chance to hear with Willie Jolley, understand there's not too many of these empowering type radio shows that really is going to assist you and make a difference. The Wealthy Way show and the different things that Willie has, of course you want to listen to that, because that's like listening to an empowering conversation on a regular basis. But other than that, you got to stay away from many of these other radio shows out there that are designed to do nothing more than talk negativity and disempowerment. Instead, you want to put in an audio. So put in an audio, one of Willie's audio, one of my audios, one of audios about one of the other giants that you've heard us mention in regards to Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, all these great people out there, the Think and Grow Riches and with the Napoleon Hills. I mean, you just got a lot of great information that you can listen to as you're driving around in your car. So you want to listen to something empowering in your car. Number 4, you want to get rid of the newspapers for 30 days. Just get rid of the newspaper. Now, I know I'm going to stop at midpoint here, number 4. Listen, some of you are already saying, Jerry, 30 days just sounds like it's too long. All right, so listen, I'm a nice guy. So instead of 30 days, forget the 30 days. Just scratch that off. Instead of 30 days, just do it for 4 weeks instead. So I told you I'm nice. Do it for 4 weeks instead. So that's number 4. Number 5 is I want you to be careful who you associate with. Do your best to associate with empowering people as much as you possibly can. Okay? Some people, in other words, you might be able to spend 2 minutes with but not 20 minutes. Some people you might be able to spend 20 minutes with but not 2 hours. You know who they are. So just understand, if certain people are at your work that you know is going to say nothing but negative things, maybe you can just avoid them. Maybe you can spend less time with them. You can choose who you spend time with during your lunch break or whatever. So just be very, very cognizant of that. That's the important thing there. Number 6, I want you to drink plenty of good water. Drink plenty of good water. We're talking about reverse osmosis, distilled, or some kind of good water. The reason why that's important is that, once again, the late, great Jim Rohn said most people don't do well because they don't feel well. So what you want to do is, the reason why most people are not feeling well is because they're dehydrated. 85% of the population are dehydrated at any given moment in time. So I want you to keep that in mind. Here's number 7. Is exercise. I want you to do some form of exercise. No, don't get nervous. You don't have to go and join and pay $1,000 if you get a membership at a gym or something like that. You can walk around the block. You can go up and down the stairs. You can have your spouse, your husband, chase you around the house and something, right? Just do some form of exercise. It goes back to most people don't do well because they don't feel well. And so you want to make sure most people are not feeling well because they're not moving enough. You got to move because that's going to assist in the toxins getting out of your body, okay? I'm not going to get into the details of that. Here's the last step is reflection. Number 8, reflection time. I want you to take 15 to 20 minutes and just reflect on the good. Reflect on empowerment. Reflect on what you're grateful for. Reflect on what you're thankful for. Reflect on these things, and it's going to benefit you in a great way. So that's the 30-day mental fast. You go through these steps. I know they sound real simple and they sound real basic, but I'm telling you, you will be amazed at what happens after 30 days or 4 weeks, if you're on the 4-week plan instead. You will be absolutely amazed at what you discover. You'll be absolutely amazed at what occurs, because I want you to go back to watching regular TV. I want you to go back to, reading the regular type of stuff that you may have been reading. I want you to go back to doing all that stuff, reading the newspaper. After 30 days, you'll be shocked at what was in those things. You'll be shocked at what you were reading and what you were watching, and it will change your life forever. So keep that in mind. That's the 30-day mental fast. Is one of the first things that you can do to really set yourself up to benefit from all this great information, from all the great interviews that Willie Jolley does on a weekly basis that you guys listen to. You'll be able to get more value from it if you have a consciousness of empowerment. Remember, it's very important for you to remember what Johnny Carson said. The main thing that you want to remember is ask yourself, are you ready? Because talent alone won't make you a success. Neither will be in the right place at the right time unless you are ready. The most important question is, are you ready? Get yourself ready, and you'll make great things happen.
Are you ready, folks? Are you ready to become wealthy? Are you ready? Let me ask you the last few questions, Jerry. Why is it important to become wealthy?
It's important to become wealthy. I mean, a lot of people listening right now, they're like, oh, yeah, it's real simple for me to know why it's important to become wealthy, because what's the alternative? The alternative is not being wealthy. And when you're not wealthy and when you're captured, basically, what I mean by captured is your mind is captured, your body is captured, your time is captured by someone else who has control over those things, who have control to tell you what to do, when to be there, when to eat lunch, when to get sick, how long you can be sick for. All those type of things are completely out of your control. I believe we show up to this planet, and one of the things that we're supposed to do while we're here is enjoy it. Have a holiday. This is like a vacation. You're supposed to enjoy it. And if you want to really be able to enjoy it, I'm telling you, it's going to take some wealth. You got to have a wealthy mind. You got to have a wealthy body, and you want to have a wealthy bank account. And that's why you want to listen to The Wealthy Way.
You come on now. Preach, brother. Wealthy mind, wealthy body, and a wealthy bank account. So listen to Wealthy Ways. Jerry Clark, I'm going to end with that. That says it all. You are fantastic. One more time, where can people reach you?
Once again, everyone, you can go to clubrhino.com, www.clubrhino.com. You're going to see a place where we have a newsletter. You just put your name and email address in there. We're going to send you our number 1 million bestseller audio program called Murphy's Committee. And you're going to be getting regular doses of empowerment from me on a regular basis as well. So go there. I definitely look forward to staying connected with you. Hope you enjoyed yourself. And definitely keep up the good work with what you're doing by listening to Willie Jolley, The Wealthy Way Show.
All right,
so
go.
Rhino Clark saying keep charging, and always remember to go.
Go. Thank you, Jerry Clark. You are fabulous. Folks, I want to thank Jerry Clark. I want to thank Steve Robinson, my producer. I want to thank you for listening today. We'll be back next week with more empowering information to help you to grow and go to have wealthy. I love that. Wealthy money, wealthy body, wealthy mind, wealthy bank account, and Wealthy Ways. God bless you. This is Willie Jolley, and for sure, your best is yet to come. Have a great week.
Well, just look in any mirror and you'll see who is really truly stopping you. My. It's up to every one of us to take charge of our life and to make it what we want. If you think that it takes too much time, think again, 'cause I'm telling you it don't. The fact is, it only takes a minute to make up your mind that now is your time.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.